Alrighty then. In our previous lesson, we touched upon collision domains and broadcast domains, the importance of segmenting a network. And as Cisco professionals, network engineers that we all are striving for, we must learn how to segment. We must segment. Now here, we have a little simple lab that we usually do. And what we have 3 switches here, 3 switches here, and we're going between 2 routers. Now you can see here, I don't know if you can or not, let me zoom in a little bit if my finger is on point here. I think, it doesn't matter that the other side disappears, at least you can see this one right here. Let me scroll up a little bit though. I know my finger's not going to do that, so I'm going to get right there. Alright, so you see we have VLAN 1, and we said that VLAN 1 was what? Was the default VLAN. Alright, and we have VLAN 101 and VLAN 100. So right there, we have 3 separate networks. 3 separate networks that really could not talk to each other. So whatever happens in this particular network right here stays in here. Because when PC3, let's say, wants to talk to PC0, they're in the same network. They're in the 100 network. So if, let's say this is, let me see what IP address this is. Let me go inside this computer here. Desktop, what is this? Just open up there. Desktop, that's okay, 100.1. So the other computer must be 102. So if computer 1 wants to talk to computer 2, it's no need for it to go to the gateway. It's going to go ahead and stay right in here because it has a list. So they'll talk to each other. That is going to stop right at the switch. No need to get out. The only time that it will go out to the gateway if it wanted to talk to the 100. So you can do whatever you want here. This could be one classroom. This could be another classroom, what have you. And you're doing all your networks. This could be one floor. This could be another floor. However it is that you want to do it. But you see that VLANs are really a crucial, vital instrument in our arsenal for networking that we want to go ahead and use. All right, and create these VLANs. And normally we leave VLAN 1 alone, you know, technically, even though they say you should change VLAN 1, rename VLAN 1 into something else for security purposes. But I left VLAN 1 alone, and I put a laptop up there, like, you know, the IT guy. So he's on VLAN 1, but you have 2 different VLANs down here. Now, you only see, now think about this, I want you to think about this good, because this is something that will come up or may come up on your examination. You have only one connection going from your switch to your router. How is that possible? You have 3 different networks. So that means each network has to have a different gateway. Well, as I'll show you in a little bit, we create sub-interfaces for that. All right. But again, what I'm trying to show you here is that now we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. If you wanted to count that other connection, you have 4 broadcast domains, or you have 1, 2, 3 broadcast domains. All right, if you don't want to exclude that that serial connection there. 1, 2, 3. Each network, it's its own broadcast domain. That will be another network over there as well. So let's say right here in this pyramid, we got 3 broadcast domains. How many collision domains do we have? We have 1, because remember, everything connected to a switch, it's its own collision domain. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because everything connected to the switch, it's its own collision domain. So we have 8 collision domains. We have 3 different broadcast domains. Right here, we segmented the network. So now whatever happens in that particular VLAN stays there. And one of the most important things is that I've come across in schools, let's say the IT department, let's say these are classrooms, and let's say there's 24 PCs here. And we're in different VLANs. Well, that's okay. If you wanted to image all the computers that exist in this VLAN, that's okay, because you won't bother this VLAN. You'll simply are going to send them to this VLAN. And they'll never be the wiser. They'll never be the wiser. Before, and people don't take advantage of this, and I've seen it, that they don't create the VLAN. We're all part of the default VLAN, whichever that may be, management VLAN, administrative VLAN, native VLAN, which is usually VLAN 1. We're all part of the same one. The IT guy decides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and image these 24 computers. There goes your network. All bandwidth goes down to a crawl. Because you got students that are doing research online. You have other students in networking that are creating, the DHCP servers or what have you. All right, so you got a lot of things going on that network, and then on top of that, maybe you have faculty that are putting in grades or sending reports, or students taking tests online or through the network. So all that traffic just now went to a crawl. So this is why we want to segment, and this is how one of the ways, all right, that you would segment, and this is the kind of topology, if you would, that you're going to see when you get to your examination. This is what's called, because you have one router and you have multiple networks and each one needs a gateway, it's a router on a stick. But more importantly than that is that you segment your network at layer 2 by creating more broadcast domains. And that's what you want. You want to create more broadcast domains. Now people tell me, hey Laz, can I make, let's say, VLAN 2 and VLAN 3 on the same switch? My response to that is, hey, how big is your network? If that's all you got is 2 departments, you got 1 switch, you got maybe 60 employees, okay, that's fine. You're not going to overkill it, make a switch per department. You can go ahead and do that. But if you have a medium-sized to, large network, you want to make sure that each department has their own switch, and that switch, every port on that switch should be part of that particular VLAN. That's the way it should be on a larger scale. On a very small scale, like we saw earlier, like that office that I drew in Visio that had only 3 offices, and you had the receptionist and the little conference area, that's fine. You can have, one 24 port, even 48 port switch, and you can segment each, section for, 4 ports or 6 ports per office, however it is that you want to do it. You can't do that on a small network. Just remember, in a real world scenario, you always got to keep thinking of growth. You don't want to get caught, and all of a sudden now you run out of ports, now you got to buy another switch and IP scheme, and now got to create more VLAN. So you don't want to catch yourself that way. So always think of growth. You rather have more than less. All right, more than less, and you need to explain that. But definitely one of the things that you need to explain is like your network is going to work more efficient by you creating more broadcast domains, increasing the amount of broadcast domains, increasing the amount of collision domains by using switches. Because now you have the full duplex that we talked about before. Now whatever happens in that VLAN stays in that VLAN. But do not fall into the pitfall or the trap that your VLAN, now you have 200 machines in that VLAN. Well, now you're defeating the purpose. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You don't want that. You don't want your VLANs to get big. Is there a particular number? To be quite honest with you, I don't know off the top of my head, but I wouldn't go any further than 48, right? 48 port switches. You don't want to have a whole bunch of people crammed into one VLAN, because then you are going to run into the same problem, right? Broadcast, everybody's in there. But definitely they're very versatile. So segmentation is really, really important. And you can see, let's say, between these 2 routers, and we have the same thing on the other side. Same thing on the other side. We're going across campuses, let's say. Let's say there's a wide area network. And that's what usually this represents, even though we're not really using a cloud or anything like that. We're connecting it directly. We'll pretend it's a wide area network. These routers are going to send information across. And again, you have your VLANs are segmented down here, VLAN 102. And you can have, I forgot to change here. This is 103, I'm sorry. This should be VLAN 103. I forgot to change it down here. This is VLAN 102. And then you got your VLAN 1 over there. All right. So definitely segmentation, that needs to happen. One of the best ways One of the best ways that you could do that is by using that tool, that VLAN, all right? And it's going to increase your bandwidth, it's going to increase your security, it's going to increase your flexibility and scalability of your network. So make use of that tool that you already have in that arsenal. So segment your network. I'll see you in